Alright guys, in this video I have a 2013 Nissan Titan, and the customer complaint with this one is that his backup sensors aren't working. Now, the customer noticed this when he was backing up one day. He started the engine, put the car in reverse, came up to the screen, and as you can tell, nothing's happening. I'll show you guys. There's a rack of tires right behind me, and there's nothing. No beeping, no nothing. And then he said he noticed that his light for his backup sensors would stay on constantly after he would put it in reverse. So we're gonna take and we are gonna diagnose this one together, and hopefully we all learn something along the process, because backup sensors are pretty straightforward, but every manufacturer is different. So like if you go on Kia vehicles, now they're up to between 4 and 6 wires, and this system, if I'm not mistaken, only has 3 wires. So what we're going to do is verify that we have no codes in the system, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start diagnosing. So I already have the Autel pulled up, and I'm going to put it up in front of us, and I already have it connected. We're just going to do an auto VIN. We're going to go standalone, and we're just going to see if we have any codes. I am not too familiar with Nissan systems, so I don't know if there are codes that would be stored. Engine, nothing. Meter and whatever that is. BCM, nothing. Airbag, nothing. HVAC, nothing. IPDM. Intelligent key. ABS. Has 3 faults. Not worry about the ABS. There's no ABS light onto the dash either, so that wasn't his complaint, so we're not even going to bother with that one. We'll let him know about it, but that's about it. We'll drive the same thing. We'll let him know. And if we go to report, we can just see what codes are in there. Battery voltage, rear right sensor, rear left sensor. All-wheel drive, all mode. Vehicle speed sensor, ABS. So, and current status 24 times, 25 times, 24 times. Alright. So, as we can tell, we don't have anything for the backup sensors. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to do standard voltage checks back at the sensors. Now, all sensors will have a power and ground going up to them, and they will also either have an RX, a TX, or just a plain old signal wire. So we're going to go in the back, we're going to grab a wiring diagram, and we're going to verify for 12 volts and our ground at the sensor. So I'm going to pause you guys, and we're going to go in the back. And also, for this to work, the key has to be on. Alright, so here's our wiring diagram. So instead of going and checking all my fuses and everything first, there's one little connector underneath which I already have unplugged. Okay? And this connector lives in this area onto the left hand, the rear left hand side, and it's what controls all your sensors. So we're going to take and we're going to check our power and grounds onto the female connector leading from the sonar control unit. So if we come onto our connector, we are looking for a power, which is the RR sensor power, which is a light green and black right here, and we are looking for our sensor ground, which is a yellow. And as you can see, our power and ground is shared between all the sensors. So if you lose your main power, your main ground leading up to it, well, you're not going to have anything. And if you see that connector C101, that's the connector that we're going to be going on to check our power and grounds. So, I'm just going to hook up a test light. To ground. And we're going to check our power, which was light green and black, which is that guy, and the yellow one is right above it. And as you can see, we have nothing. Either that or I have a bad ground, which could possibly be the case. So let's retry this again. So the bottom connector pin, sorry, which is right there. So the bottom one is my power, and I have nothing onto my power. I tested my test light. My test light is working. So if I touch on the pin, I'm supposed to have my test light up, and my test light does not light up. So that tells me that I have a power issue. So right off the bat, that's a pretty good indication on what's going on. So we're going to look at the wiring diagram again. We're going to see where this module lives, because I really don't feel like chasing all the wiring. So we're going to see where the module lives, and we're going to go straight to the module, and we're going to test for power coming out of the module. And in case you're wondering, yes, the car is in reverse. So one way or another, there should be power coming out of that wire. So now we're going to go test up at the module. And we're going to look and see where that module lives first. Alright. So, it says the module lives on the near base of right B pillar. So that'll be on the right hand side and next to the B pillar. So I'm going to pause you guys, go locate this module, and I'll bring you guys back. So I finally located the module. It took a little bit longer than what I wanted, but it says that it's supposed to be on the right hand B pillar, which is over here, and it is nowhere near that area. The module actually lives underneath the seat, which is right there. So now we're going to go behind, and we are going to see our light green and black wire if we have power coming out of our module. If we don't have power coming out of the module, then we're going to have to check our two inputs for our module, which are right here. And we should have one that is a hot and on or start, and the other one is in hot and on or start also. So we're going to check those two wires, and which is going to be a green red and a green white. Yeah, green white. So I'm going to pause you guys, and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, so that is our module and our module connector right there. And in order to get to it, there is a little plastic piece that needs to be taken off that covers it, like so. And you just have to remove that. All you need to remove that is a Phillips screwdriver, and you'll be able to take it off. And now we're going to get to the testing. So our first, I should have grabbed the wire diagram. Alright, so our first one is our rear sensor power, which is this light green and black, which is pin 16. And our rear sensor power, this is going to be a little bit hard to film. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, so our rear sensor power is pin 16, which is this green black, which lives all the way down here. I don't know if you guys can really see that. I'll give you guys some better light. There. So, is this guy right here. So now we're just going to take him, we're going to T-pin into it, and we're going to see if we have any power coming out of it. So I have that T-pinned. Let's give ourselves a ground, and we'll see if it lights. And you see up here, it's saying that we have power. Now, I don't really trust this test because my test lights do not draw the same amount of amperage as the backup sensors do. So what I'm going to do is take a substituted load, which is going to be just a little light bulb. And we're going to take and connect it, and we're going to see if it lights. And as you can tell, I am touching on my power. I am grounded, and it is not lighting. So, with that not lighting with a load, but lighting with my test light, it means that there is some voltage coming out. So what I'm going to do next is, we are supposed to have a green-red, which is pin 8, which is this guy that's right above it. You guys can't really see that now, can you? Try to give you guys some better light. It's very dark underneath here, so sorry about the bad lighting. Okay, there. So there's a green-red wire that's right above it, and what we're going to do is take and put another T-pin onto it, and we're going to test for power at this one. Now if I have power here, I'm just going to take and jump my power, and we're going to see if we can get power into the back. The only thing I'm trying to understand is why we had power and then no power. But anyway, maybe it's my test light. But as you can tell, the top wire does have power. And just for fun, I'm going to take my other test light and test that in the back. Maybe it is a bad ground. So let's come in the back. We are going to try this one more time. Onto the connector, which is right there. I gotta try to find a good ground point. I don't see why the chrome wouldn't be a good ground point. Let's try that. Oh, maybe it was just a bad ground point. This one's lighting back here. Let's try the other one. Or it's a bad test light. No. Alright, so that was just a bad ground point. All the way in the back. So, it's a good thing I came in the back and I retested that. So now I'm going to go grab my my bulb, and I'm going to test back here at the same time. And see if we can't recreate the issue that we had up front. So, right here, we're going to take that light bulb, plug it onto the green, black, and the yellow, and see if the light bulb lights. Bring you guys along. So, let's see if I can do this with one hand. So I have my test light, not my test light, but my substituted load on, and as you can tell, it is not lit. So now what we're going to do, since we already have everything set up, is I just want to jump 12 volts at the module to that line. I'm not worried about it being short to ground or anything because it did light, so we're going to take and just jump these, and we're going to see if we can get it to light in the back. If it lights in the back, we're going to plug it in and see if our sensors work after that. Oh, I might not be making contact. Let's try that again. And there you go. Now we have 12 volts coming into the back. So now what we're going to do is take and plug up our connector, and we're going to see if our backup sensors work with a good 12 volts leading up to it. There we go. That's plugged in. Let's move this in back of it. Alright. So, the first thing I noticed when I got into the truck is that my light is now off. So now I just started the truck. We've seen it turn on, turn off. And that's just weird. We'll move this guy right behind it. Try this again. That's weird, because now our light's off. Alright, so the T-pins ended up moving, so that's why it wasn't doing what it was supposed to. Now, we'll back up. Still nothing. That's odd. Let's stop it, restart it. Okay, try this again. There we go. So as you can see, well actually as you can hear, now everything's working. So if we move further away, there we go. Now, I don't know what they did. Maybe they put cheap sensors onto it or something, but it only starts to beep when we're right about in the red. So I would say that I'm going to call this one a fix, and what it's going to end up needing is a module, because there's no 12 volts leading out to the back, and that 12 volts actually gets shot out by the module. Well, I guess I could still check my powers and grounds. So I'll just show you guys that. I made a mistake earlier. I thought I had 2 powers, but 1 power, which is this guy right here. If we follow him down, he only gets activated when the reverse is selected, and he's only for reverse lamp signal. Now the power that I needed was the A1 power, which is good, which is the green red, which is the one that I'm jumped off of right now. And then my A1 ground, well, everything's working with a jump, so I'm not too worried about the ground. So this one is going to need a sonar module in order to fix the issue, and hopefully I'll get it not too long, and not very much to show you on the replacement, but it's just 2 bolts, but maybe I'll make a quick video show you guys how to replace it at the same time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys next time.